I know many of you who listen to me think that Muslim apologists often lie to save their religion. Today, however, I want to present to you clear proof of edited footage by Muslim apologists from my interview with Bart Ehrman, which they edited, corrupted, in order to make it look like Bart Ehrman agreed with their views.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The clip you just watched is from a video of Ridwan where he accused me of corrupting his interview with Bart Ehrman. Of course, all the followers and subscribers of this channel do remember that I fully refuted this silly accusation of Ridwan, and not just that, I also provided several examples of Ridwan corrupting videos, and you can watch the link of the video which appear above. Today, however, we have another example of Ridwan engaging in corruption and deception, and this is related to his recent response to brother Farid. Let's watch.
In the same video, he accuses me of being a hypocrite because I criticize Islam for apostasy laws, but don't criticize Christianity for apostasy laws.
Persecution of ex-Muslims in Islam is a video about apostasy. Refer to Deuteronomy 13:9.
What Farid apparently doesn't understand is that the apostasy laws within Christianity belong to the Old Testament, as it is called, which means they refer to the Israelites, to the Jewish community, before the New Testament.
Wow. Okay. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever.
Anyone who watches this video will get the impression that Farid accused Ridwan of being a hypocrite simply because of the apostasy law. Ridwan criticizes Islam for the apostasy law, but he doesn't criticize Christianity for the apostasy law. Is that the reason that made Farid accuse Ridwan of being a hypocrite? As usual, we will go to the original video. Something not a single one of Ridwan fanboys does. Let's go to the original video.
Now, one theme that keeps coming up, especially in Ridwan's Q&A sessions, is his refusal to criticize other religions, especially Christianity.
I don't think I'm in a place to talk very much about Christianity and Judaism, but I know a fair bit of both religions.
Someone is saying, why do Abrahamic faiths have stories that are very similar to stories that are more old than Judaism?
To be honest, I think it's I don't know. I wouldn't want to talk about it. I wouldn't want to answer that question. I think it's not a focus of my activity online. Many people ask me about that, why I don't believe in God, and I have many reasons not to believe in God. But I usually don't want to speak about that because my activities focus on Islam, and I don't want to go on spreading atheism, spreading my ideas, and bashing all other religions and stuff like that.
Isn't that interesting? I don't want to go around spreading atheism. I think there's more to it than what meets the eye. Let's see what he has to say when he's asked about Christianity.
Although I don't have a problem with Judaism and I don't have a problem with Christianity at all. I find Christianity beautiful. And I even told my wife recently, I wish it was true. Recently, quite a personal moment, I sat down with my wife and was just kidding about specific things and started reading verses from the New Testament. And I thought, this really is nice. This really is good. This is beautiful.
Now, it doesn't really take a high IQ to realize that Ridwan is simply pandering to his Christian audience, or rather, David Wood's Christian audience. So I wonder how many subs he got from that video, from his appearance on David Wood's channel. If he were to share his real opinion about other religions, that would be hurting his fan base and he wouldn't be making as much money as he'd like.
Okay, now that I have arrogantly presented my merchandise, especially this cup, which is very beautiful, very nice, you see that? And this wonderful hoodie also, this wonderful hoodie, which you can also get below in the description through the link. Let's continue.
So this is the first point Farid made, which was completely ignored by Ridwan. Farid pointed out to Ridwan's refusal to talk about Christianity and Judaism. Even when he was asked about them, he would refuse to answer. And Farid's point is that Ridwan is doing this because he doesn't want to hurt his audience, because he's worried about the cash flow. This point was totally ignored by Ridvan. He didn't make any comment on it. He just went to the apostasy law. So again, let's go to the original video and see what was Farid talking about when he mentioned the apostasy law.
Now, this next clip is a very important one. Pay close attention to what he's going to say here.
And I did do that. I went into studying Christianity and Judaism and other religious beliefs and so on. And I didn't find, and I can openly, clearly say this, I said this from the very beginning, I didn't find any other religion as morally disturbing, as disgusting as Islam was.
Nothing morally disturbing as Islam.
Notice here that Ridvan said that he studied Christianity, Judaism and other religions, and he didn't find any religion as morally disturbed as Islam. And Farid is responding to this point. So Farid's argument is not only about Christianity. Ridvan was trying to say that Farid accused him of being a hypocrite simply because of the apostasy law in Islam and in Christianity. Well, the first point is Farid wasn't talking about Christianity alone. The whole argument was Islam versus other religions. That's the first point to be clarified. Let's carry on watching.
Let's look through Ridvan's videos on his channel in order to examine his double standards, shall we? Observe the following titles. How Islam advocates slavery. You see, slavery is actually endorsed in the New Testament in multiple verses. Refer to the following verses.
So Brother Farid went to Ridvan's channel to expose his double standard. He wanted to show topics which he criticized Islam for, which exist in other religions. The first example given was slavery in Islam. And Farid mentioned that it does exist in the New Testament. So this was an Islam versus Christianity thing. And yet, Ridvan totally ignored it. He didn't make any comment on this. He went to apostasy. We will come to the apostasy law. Let's carry on watching.
Islamic inbreeding. In this video, Ridvan attacks Islam for permitting marriages with cousins. Ridvan should also condemn Judaism and Christianity, for the exact same thing can be found in Leviticus 18. The chapter also includes a list of the forms of prohibited marriages, and there is no mention of cousins.
So the second example was about cousin marriage, and Farid clarified that cousin marriage exists in Christianity and in Judaism. There is no prohibition on cousin marriage. So this was Islam versus both Christianity and Judaism. And again, Ridvan completely ignored it. He didn't make any comment on it. He went to the apostasy law. Let's talk about the apostasy law.
Persecution of ex-Muslims in Islam is a video about apostasy. Refer to Deuteronomy 13:9.
So it's very clear that when Farid mentioned the apostasy law, he didn't say it's allowed in Christianity. He just mentioned the number of the verse in Deuteronomy, which is in the Old Testament. So Farid didn't make the claim that the apostasy law is allowed in Christianity. The only point that Ridvan responded to in this topic was a straw man.
In the same video, he accuses me of being a hypocrite because I criticize Islam for apostasy laws, but don't criticize Christianity for apostasy laws.
Persecution of ex-Muslims in Islam is a video about apostasy. Refer to Deuteronomy 13:9.
What Farid apparently doesn't understand is that the apostasy laws within Christianity belong to the Old Testament, as it is called, which means they refer to the Israelites, to the Jewish community, before the New Testament.
He totally ignored all of the other examples which expose his hypocrisy and strawmanned Farid's point on the apostasy. Once again, when talking about the apostasy law, Farid didn't make the argument that this is allowed in Christianity. He referred to the verse in Deuteronomy in the Old Testament. So Ridvan, you are such a shameless, deceiving liar. Can you imagine that Farid made all of these points? Imagine all of these points were ignored by Ridvan, and the only thing he did was to strawman Farid's point on the apostasy law and claimed that Farid was saying that the apostasy law does exist in Christianity. We have seen that this is just a lie. Now I will ask Ridwan, what would you call this?
Sheer dishonesty, corruption, it's a lie.
And we come to the end of the video. Stay tuned, there will be more videos on Ridwan's pathetic response to Brother Farid, exposing his corruption and deception. And speaking of corruption and deception, if you want to see more examples of Ridwan corrupting and editing videos, you can watch these videos. Thank you so much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.